Okay, CPM is a measure used in strategic communication to help us figure out the most efficient way to spend an ad budget. CPM stands for cost per thousand, and it's really easy to get tripped up here and think we're talking about millions, but it's cost per thousand, and what it's telling us is how much it's going to cost to expose 1,000 people in an audience to an ad message. So let's say we want to run an ad in People Magazine and Us Magazine. We need two pieces of information. First of all, we need to know how much that ad will cost. We also need to know the size of the audience. So an ad in People Magazine costs $357,000. And then the audience for People is 41,730,000. So we need to do a little bit of calculation on this number because this is in millions. We need to figure out how many thousand that is. So how many, because we're measuring cost per thousand, so how many thousands are we talking about? So we just divide this by 1,000 and we get 41,730. So then I would take the cost of the ad and divide it by the number of thousands that it would reach, and it tells me that for each 1,000 I'm going to pay $8.55. So that's my cost per thousand for People. So let's compare it to Us Magazine. An ad in Us is a little less expensive. It's $267,770 for a full page ad, and their audience, however, is much smaller. It's 12,116,000. So if we figure out how many thousands that is, we get 12,116. So we do that same calculation, 267 divided by 12,116, we get a cost per thousand of $22. So this one might seem less expensive on its face, but we're going to get and reach more readers for less cost if we were to choose People. Another measure you might use in Stratcom is return on investment, or ROI. And ROI is about figuring out, the most efficient way to spend a budget. So if we are going to spend $10,000 for public relations, we maybe have two options. We can sponsor a walk where there'll be 500 people there, or we could get a booth at an expo and we'd have 6,000 people there. So which is the better investment? We can just take that $10,000 and divide it by how many people we're going to reach. We would figure out the walk would cost us about $20 per person, and having that booth at the expo would be $1.67 per person. So we might say we're going to reach a lot more people for less cost if we choose that booth at the expo.